All right, good morning, Schrute Stocks family. What's going on, guys? Today is February 22nd, 2021, Monday morning. So let's take a look what we're doing here. So I did this really quick in the morning, so I wanted to keep you as up to date. So I sold my VGAC right in the morning. I saw it was dipping. It was like 1280 something. It was really going down. I didn't expect VGAC to really dip this much. I still stand by what I say, guys. 23andMe, that's gonna be a great long-term hold. No questions asked. Their only competitor is what, like Ancestry.com. That whole genomic space is going to be really big. It's just right now I'm trying to grow this thing faster. So I sold that money and I put it all into Rocket Mortgage this morning right here. So I got in, I think, like right around the dip here around, let's see, what was my position? 2033, that's when it went through. So I got a big position in this. I'm really thinking, I don't know, Rocket as a whole, I was looking into it. Even if you want Rocket Mortgage as like a whole long-term play, I think that's also going to be good. But even for swing trade, I think this is going to be solid for us. I'll tell you why. Because, guys, I was looking at what their last earnings date was. If you see, it was November 10th. So take a look here, guys. November 10th, right there. Right there. You see what happened? It 2160. So, guys, and I was I think the last one was around this time too, in not October. Sorry, I think it was this big one in the summer. It has a run up. Most companies, if they're expecting to do well in the reports and depending on volume, things like that, they end up getting a big run up regardless of what their report says. Heck, sometimes you can even see I want you to see an example of what happened here. Look at Apple. Look at this. And this is a great time to buy Apple, quite honestly. Like, if you guys are trying to do, if this is your only portfolio, these are just short-term things, that's one thing. And you have long-term positions, guys, Apple, this is a great time to buy. I want you to see this. This thing, they had the run-up right up to their earnings, and they did amazing. They did amazing on their those iPhone 12 sales and everything. This was like their most profitable quarter of all time. And then look, it's dipping. It dropped. So, guys, we can't really predict. We're in a different sort of market situation right now. Things are not following generally what it used to be like. So even though Apple did well in their reports, we can't just say just because they do well that the company is going to do well coming right after. Now, that's for swing trade, guys. That's for swing trade. Long term, you think Apple's not going to be a good bet in like 5-10 years? Come on, it's still going to be a good bet. Just when we're doing these swing trade things, we can't think with that same logic. So I'm going to pull up Rocket again here, and basically, guys, yeah, I'm expecting this one to run up till Thursday. I think what I'm going to be doing with this company is I'm going to sell out of this stock come Thursday, regardless of whether the earnings are going to be good or bad. I'm expecting some sort of run up until then. And I really did think this thing through, because look at the last 1 month here. It used to be, what, $25 just within a month. This is at one of the lowest points it's been right here, $19. Look at the 3-month chart. Lowest it got is $19.35. And then it always bounced up. This thing has been going up and down for months now here. Take a look at this, up and down, up and down. So even if this thing doesn't make a run up all the way to like whatever $30 mark, I don't need that. I just needed to make some sort of gain so that when I can pull out from it on Thursday, I can then put it into my other plays. This is another thing I wanted to point out why I like Rocket right here. Look at the expected EPS. This is what they're expecting for the earnings per share to be. Guys, they lowered it for Q4 compared to Q3. That's what I want to show you. Because remember I showed you even that run up that they had come November? They had that little spike once the November 10th report came out. That's because they beat it up by a little bit. Guys, if they lowered what the analysts they were expecting it to be, what they're expecting the earnings per share to be, and let's just say it even maintains what happened in Q3, this is gonna have a big spike. I take that back, because we can't judge right now in this market, just because they do good in earnings, that the stock's gonna go up. That's what logic would tell you, but we're not in logical times, guys. So Even with that though, there's still going to be a run up leading up to it, in my opinion. And if not, if even if there isn't, let's just say everything I'm saying is wrong and it's false, whatever happens, I still think Rocket Mortgages is a good play no matter what. Even if I have to hold a little bit longer and stuff like that, I see this thing bouncing up no matter what to like the $25 mark minimum in like short period of time. This company's very undervalued. They had short reports on it actually, which was something that I didn't like. There was actually a pretty decent amount of shorts on this stock, but what they did is it used to be 40%, and they lowered it now to 30%. 30% is still a high amount of shorts, but you can see the trend, guys. That's what I'm trying to like identify for you. It's not necessarily the number to me. It's the trend of how is this thing looking like more and more. Great. I lost money just during this talk. Lost $100 just on this. That's okay. So my next move after this thing is going to be, remember, I just want to show you guys again what we're thinking. It's Sensonics and this Citius Pharmaceuticals. Look at the run up this thing had, guys. I'm really thinking, in my opinion, by like Wednesday, that's why I'm trying to see this Rocket Mortgage. If I get a decent enough run up from Rocket by Wednesday, I might just cash out and then put it into this Citius and Sensonics. I really want these two to start dipping this week. So think of it. This could be a great buying opportunity for both of these. Sensonics, take a look at this. It's you know, it had its peak of 525, but you know, just been chilling here around the 450s mark. I just need to make a little bit more money out of Rocket. Then I want to just put it into this one and the Citius. Those are going to be my two big plays that I'm doing here. One other thing, guys, if you have not invested already here, I just want look, guys. I know right now I'm just doing this $1 million portfolio here, but you know, I have other accounts too, and I'm trying to show you how I started. And how you guys should be starting too. You know, don't just follow this $1 million journey. You need to be investors, long-term investors along with this. You can do short-term and long-term plays. And one of the long-term plays, guys, if you guys should be getting in on, if you haven't already, Tesla, this is an amazing time to buy it. Look at this. This is some of its lowest. Look, it's what, 763? When was the last time it was 760? All the way in January. You're getting like you're getting a very big discount on it. This is going to be a great play to just hold. Like I said, Tesla and Apple, if you don't have any skin in the game, please put even like $10 into Tesla and Apple if you haven't already, or you don't have any long-term positions. These are going to be great plays. You don't even have to think of it for 5-10 years. Just put the money and delete the app. So just wanted to point that out, guys. Tesla and Apple have been running low lately, and these are good buys to be getting in on. Oh man, good thing I cashed out of VJC today at the time I did. I still think it's going to be a good long-term play, guys, but you know, I got to make moves right now. So let me see what else is going on in the market. I know you guys said you were interested in just hearing my thought process on some of these too, so I'm doing that for you. Beam, guys, Beam. This company. Man, that's the other one I was actually considering going in on instead of Sensonics and the Citius. Beam is going to be a major player in the next 2-3 years. This one, they set up those solar stations for charging. Here's the thing, guys. If Tesla is going to be running up, that means the sectors that need to support Tesla and other EVs also need to come up. That's the way you gotta have to think of these things. Like if Apple is going to be, if we are sitting here saying Apple's going to be whatever biggest company on earth, things like that, then what are the companies that support Apple, that need Apple? That's how we have to start thinking, because we need to start thinking, if this one is going to win, what are the other sectors that can also win with this thing? So Beam is going to be one of those plays. Beam is a good play if you haven't looked into it already. It just seems like right now the market's really red for most people. Yeah, guys, remember what I said last week? We're expecting a correction anyway. Not a crash. Stop watching these YouTube videos with everybody, you know, making the craziest facial expressions saying market crash is coming. Yeah, they're just trying to get you to click on their videos. Maybe I need to start doing that. No, so guys, if you if your market is red today, don't worry, don't panic, don't do anything like that. If you have a play, just stick with the play that you were thinking, guys. That's why it's so. Trust me, I know it's easy to get caught up in the moment. You see this one running, that one running. You can't be chasing hype. Even for me, this VGAC rocket, like. I just have to stick to my guns. Yesterday I told you guys, this is the play I want to do. I did my DD. I read your comments. There were a few people who were telling me to like be a little careful with Rocket and look into like the short reports, things like that. I listened to you guys. I listened to you, and I looked into it myself. And I'm still convinced of this stock to do well, at least till this earnings. I really think even long term, I think it's going to do okay. But I understand it's not the safest play that I'm doing here. This is not the guys. This is if you want to play safer, don't mimic what I'm doing, because I'm definitely like I need to take a little bit more risks to get the gains that I'm looking at. It's again, if you lose money, guys, I wish I could pay you back. I don't have the money for it. I might be in the tank with you. This may not. I can't call the shots on everything. I really do think the Rocket will be a good play for this week, and I'm expecting it to run up coming into Thursday, and then we're gonna go into those other plays. Let me think if there was anything else I wanted to share. Oh yeah, so this one, guys, Mara Riot. I don't know if you saw this morning. Bitcoin has dipped a little today. It's still above 50 grand, but it's dipping, guys. And the way I want you guys to start, if you haven't gotten your skin in Bitcoin already, the way I want you to do it is this. Don't buy it on Robinhood. Don't do any of that. Open up an account with. I'm using BlockFi. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm biased. I'm using BlockFi. I have the referral link at the bottom. You don't need to use them, but use either BlockFi, Coinbase, or there's another one called Celsius. These are the top 3 that I've seen myself. I've used Binance. I've used Bitfinex. I've used those. Gemini. I've used a lot of these platforms in the past, guys. But my top 3, if you were gonna be going into Bitcoin, you want to be using BlockFi, Coinbase, or this Celsius. These are 3 really good ones. Coinbase has been like the OG. They've been there since like I think 2012 or something. They've been there a very long time. Coinbase has been there a very long time. I personally like BlockFi though, because they give an interest on the Bitcoin that you're holding. You can also get an interest on the cash if you hold it in there too. It's again, those are not FDIC insured or anything like that, so be a little cautious on that end. But I mean, I think that's the whole point of Bitcoin, to not have FDIC behind any of it. But just want to give you guys that warning. This Mara Riot, if you guys are more comfortable with playing with stocks instead of buying the coins, you can do that as well. I'm just saying though, getting into Bitcoin would be a good idea, because if I was looking up even previous videos from Kathy Woods, Chamath, Mark Cuban, all these people, guys, this is a highly volatile play, Bitcoin, but it's not risky. I remember what I was telling you in my other video. Highly volatile, but not risky. What does that mean? That means it can go up and down in price, but long term it's going to be going up. That's what I'm saying. And the way you want to play Bitcoin, the way you want to play this thing, don't time it. Because today you're seeing it at 50. Trust, I've been in Bitcoin since like 2015. I was investing in the altcoins and things like that as well. You cannot time this thing, guys. What I want you to do is put in every day. You can set up the auto pay, the auto investment on those apps. Put in whatever number is good for you, whether it's $1 a day, $5, $10, $150, whatever the number is for you. Just put it in once a day. Have it auto pull, and then you don't even want to look at it. You don't want to think of it, and just put the money in no matter what the price is. Just have it run without you even looking. That's how you guys need to start building your positions in Bitcoin. Okay, don't think this is too late. Don't think this is like not the right time. Bitcoin, anytime right now, is going to look like a discount come 2040. I can guarantee you. Right now, any price you're looking at Bitcoin is going to be cheaper than 2040. And obviously, this is Schrute stocks, not financial advice, none of that stuff. I guess that's what all the YouTubers have to say. But look, come on. It's not financial advice, none of that. But in my opinion, I'm really convicted of it, guys, because think of it. Tesla put in $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. $1.5 billion of their own money. I'm going to say it again, 1.5 billion of Tesla's money is in Bitcoin, guys. You don't think Apple's going to follow next? You don't think Google's going to follow next? Not that they're going to put a billion. I don't know how much they're going to put, but you don't think they're going to put some skin in the game? Guys, in Miami right now, if you have a parking ticket, you can pay it with Bitcoin. Why do you think Miami would want you to pay in Bitcoin? This is what I'm saying, guys. The way to play Bitcoin, the way to do this is you got to put in an auto amount. And I like to do, whether for you guys, maybe you only get paid bi-weekly or whatever it is. Even if you're paid bi-weekly, my opinion is divide that amount that you would initially put in, just divide it out per day. That's the way I like to do it. So every day you put in like $5, $5, $5, $5. You don't look at it, you don't think of it, and it just goes. Because this way you can hit on every single price fluctuation that there can be. I think they show it here too at the bottom in Robinhood. Yeah, take a look at this, guys. Look at this right here. It was 58 just this weekend. Now it's 52. You can't call the shots, guys. You can't do it. And really, I've been reading about it too. They're saying like maybe come like May, June time, it's gonna have like a much bigger correction and all that. There probably will be, guys. There probably will be a correction. But you see, this is why I keep telling you, just put stop trying to time Bitcoin. Don't even bother timing it. Just put $1 in every day. Don't even think of it. Because what difference does it make? Because Bitcoin is not something we're holding. We're not trying to do a rocket mortgage type play with Bitcoin, guys. This is not a rocket mortgage or Citius pharmaceutical type of play. Bitcoin, this is like Apple, Tesla type of play. This is something we're just going to keep, and we're going to give it to our grandkids, along with the $1 million that we're going to make in this Robinhood portfolio. All right, guys. I think that's about everything I have here. Hey, look, it's been going up. Let's see. All right, let's go, Rocket. It's been going up. Look, IRO, I told you guys it's going to start having to come up. This is also going to be a couple months. We're going to hold IRO for a few months at least. Yeah, guys, things are looking okay here. Again, if your portfolio is red, do not panic. Do not sell. Do not press sell unless you have a play that you planned for before. Okay? Only time you sell is when you had a plan and you're going to follow the plan. Don't go with emotion on this. Okay, guys? Oh, one thing. Sorry, I just have so many thoughts I wanted to share. I should have notes written. Sorry, guys. I think Clover is actually going to be having earnings released. I think in like a week or two. They're going to be having earnings coming up, guys, with Clover. Now, with that said, I don't remember what I said earlier about rocket mortgage and this whole market. Even if the earnings are great, this thing might tank. If the earnings are terrible, this thing might skyrocket. We don't know what that means. All we know is, generally speaking, leading up to earnings reports, the stocks, generally speaking, do have a little bit of a run up. Okay, guys, so we can expect Clover to start, making a little recovery back to its old levels. Okay, Zomedica, we know the play with that, and True Forma. Yeah, I think that's everything here, guys. Oh, actually, somebody was mentioning in the comments, forgot their name, sorry, but somebody was telling me that NIO is actually going to be having their earnings come out, I think coming up soon too, in a few weeks. So, guys, this would be a great play to get in on. Look, it's only $53. When was the last, look at this, last time it was in the 50s, is all the way in January. Yeah, guys, NIO, if you don't have skin in the game, just throw that in there too. I know I keep saying here, Tesla, Apple, NIO, doing Bitcoin, all this stuff. I keep telling you, put some skin in the. Remember, I understand completely that you don't want to have your skin in 15 different games. Don't spread yourself too thin. All I'm trying to say is just start building up a little bit over time, guys. Okay, a little bit over time. Okay. And then we're going to be growing this thing really well. And yeah, I think that's everything from me this morning, guys. It's Monday morning. That's everything I have. If you haven't gotten in on Bitcoin, I have that link at the bottom if you guys want to join in on that with BlockFi. And I just want to say thanks for everything. You guys have been incredibly supportive. If you have not joined this community yet, guys, please subscribe. We are growing this portfolio to 1 million. That's the goal in 2 years time frame. Okay, I'm listening to you guys. You guys are listening to me. We're collaborating together on this. Okay, and we're going to be trying to grow this thing up. So just want to say thanks for everything. I saw a lot of comments, a lot of subscribers. And I have one request. If you guys have made it this far into the video, I know I've been rambling so much, it's 20 minutes in. If you made it to the 20-minute mark, guys, in honor of me going in on Rocket, you know what emojis you gotta put in you know which emojis I'm gonna have you put in at the bottom there, guys. Throw me those rocket symbols, baby. I need that. I need this thing to start skyrocketing. Give me those rocket emojis, guys. Like I said, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Bye.